We had some late night drama in the Pac-12 up there in Washington when they played Arizona State. I've been keeping up on the Heisman watch list. I've done my own videos on it. I think, okay, this week, that week. It's a tie right now. It's been a two-headed monster, and whichever quarterback slips up first is going to end up losing it. Well, both quarterbacks have had slip-up games. Caleb Williams first against Notre Dame and then against Utah. And now Michael Penix. His slip-up game kind of was against Oregon. It wasn't the most stat-driven game, but then he had the Arizona State game. And personally, Penix had the yards, but Williams had the touchdowns. And then when we roll into after this week and their performances this week, I kind of have that feeling Michael Penix just lost the Heisman. But this is a huge overreaction because, no, he didn't. We'll see how he fares against, I think they still got to play Oregon State. They still got to play Utah. I remember I had Utah losing that game. Who else do they have to play? Oh, they play each other, Washington versus USC. Now that I think about it, we haven't had that game yet. There's one other big game. The Apple Cup, Washington State. So him against Ward, we'll just have to see. I said it in my top 25 rankings video, but I have seen Caleb Williams come to town and kind of struggle, even though he obliterated the Sundevils in the second half. I've seen Shedeur Sanders come into town. And every single team that I've watched play the Sundevils, they just write them off. They skip it and they move on to the next week. Like, oh, we don't need to think about the Sundevils because we got to go play, USC or Oregon or Oregon State, Utah. We got to go play them the next week. And so they just overlook the Sundevils when the Sundevils go into that week approaching like, this is everything we're focusing on right now. Like, because their season is already in shambles. They're 1-5. Every single team that the Sundevils have played, they have kept it close. Doesn't matter the quarterback, doesn't matter the ranking. And so last night, when the Sundevils are up, what was it? 6-3? Something like that. And it's the defense that ends up bailing them out on not only the pick six, but then that defensive stand when Arizona is marching on the doorstep to get into the red zone and score a touchdown and win the game. It shows that Michael Penix had his worst game of the season. You can't blame the weather. You can't blame anything. It's like the Huskies stunk last night. As we move forward now, if Oregon can take care of USC, Utah, Oregon State, and then whoever they play in the Pac-12 championship, if Oregon and Bo Nix can take care of those 5 to 6 games, Bo Nix just put himself in the front seat of the Heisman race, and he wins the Heisman, essentially. That's just me being outlandish and saying this, bleh, word vomit. Head-to-head, Bo against Williams. If Bo wins, he already has the head-to-head there, and his stats would speak louder because of Penix's decline and fall off. But again, that's just an overreaction. We know it's going to go to a quarterback this year. I just wanted to say that out loud after last night's performance by Michael Penix. If he doesn't turn around this season and just torch 4 or 5 more defenses, and he's not going to win the Heisman. Just saying that. Same with Williams. Anyways, catch y'all in the next video. Peace.